Let's see.
Alright, crunchy. This one. Nope. Frick. Probably should open this up before I got on.
Nah, that's all right. Mm. Man, I need to get rid of like all these Adobe programs off my main hard drive, but I'm afraid I'm gonna like lose.
Dude, they're so
Like,
thick, dude. Like, there's so much space. Like, it uses so much space.
yeah, I know. Like my old solid state only has like, I don't know, 250 gigs or something on it, and it's like that's barely enough to run Windows.
Ugh. I, facts.
Okay.
How do I switch the screen?
I think, is it recording your screen or is it recording your window? Because you can,
Change windows?
yeah. Do you see instead of applications, go back or press back?
Oh, shoot.
Okay, well that's fine too. Because I guess you can choose applications there, but you can also choose screen, and sometimes that's
Does
okay.
that... Oh. Does that go for the entire, like...
Oh,
screen?
it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to draw a character.
Okay.
But, I know the perspective's a bit wonky, and I might need some guidance on that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Or wherever I should cut off as well.
Well, it looks like you're getting a stronger note on for sure. I guess I'm kind of wondering about lighting and the
Oh,
colors. Okay, it's kind of it's. I think what the color is doing is it's very realistic, but then like the way that you're rendering some of the things, you're making it more kind of fun and like kind of stylized. And then whenever you have like the realistic and the stylized together, it is like maybe a little strange. Like I kind of wonder what this would look like just like, you know, what if it were a, you know, inside of a cave, it's really dark and it's like purple and green and, you know,
get like the
like I think
JoJo's.
your stone here would look really good like purple, and there would be like really cool kind of green flame things, or I think just sometimes we get, whenever we're trying to figure out like ideas and things to do, we get stuck in this like loop of things that we, you know, already know about, and like, does that
Yeah.
make sense?
It's like I don't know. I just get like stuck doing some dumb stuff, and then like I forget, or I get like sidetracked real easily.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Here, let me. I'm gonna print screen this. Now I'm gonna put it in Photoshop here.
Time for the master. Did
So,
you like made something so cool out of like three freaking colors like yesterday, right? I was like, bruh, what the heck?
oh, little paint overs. I've been having a
Bruh.
lot of fun with these lately. Like, honestly, it's like so much easier. Like, if you ever feel bad about anything, just work on someone else's thing, and then you're gonna feel way better because you have no attachment to the thing.
Ah,
So, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You've got no skin in the game.
I just I was hoping to learn more about color shit stuff and like computer program or computer coloring stuff, which I have, but like colors are tough, dude. Like I don't know, I don't understand
Okay,
color.
here. Let's. I think I uploaded some things to the drive, but I don't know if I like explicitly said what they were.
Oh shoot, let me watch your
Let
thing.
me bring it up. 3 p.m. Mm,
Was it the orange or illustrate object something?
yeah, but I think it's like it's more tutorial-y. Oh, wait a minute. Might be in. Shoot. I'm just looking for it because it might be easier just with it right there. Hmm. I'm thinking. Well, maybe I don't have it in here. Okay, well, let's just look at some color things. I don't know. Is the wheel like standard whenever you're using whenever you're writing Photoshop, or is this like, or did I
Uh,
change it to it?
my wheel is
Is
like that square
is it
thing
the
that you
Hue
have.
cube?
Yeah.
I like, you know, everyone has their own kind of preference with this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but I personally, I'm just like a color wheel person. I think because it helps me with my color relationships. So,
Oh,
like,
true.
for instance, I was just talking about how yours would look kind of nice with like a purple and green thing going on. The reason for that is it's just like, I'll print screen this. It's gonna be like Inception.
You're gonna have to explain everything, dude. I'm freaking retarded. like,
Here,
please, like, pretend like I'm a child. Like, that's how. I don't know.
let's get this. All right, so whatever I was saying earlier, I was
Yeah.
saying we need to like do these colors right here. Actually, here, 1 second. This might even be better to kind of illustrate.
How do you have the two color things up at the same time?
Oh, I took a screenshot of the screen. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the old-fashioned way. Hey, if you hold down shift, you get a straight line. Okay. Why is that thing behind there? What happened to the color wheel?
Everything's so like shaky or like broken
Hmm,
up, or I don't know.
weird.
Maybe that's lag.
Probably. Okay, there's the color wheel. Here's like the little bar thing I made. Okay. So with this, I guess I'm just trying to kind of isolate some of those other colors. So then you can kind of like see what a good color palette is.
Is that like? Does it just help visualize like
Mm-hmm.
or just separate stuff out?
Yeah, like really, I don't know. Maybe this isn't the easiest like way of like showing it, but like um, we'll devote like entire semesters or years just talking about like color relationship stuff. But like if I had to really condense it down, it's just like figuring out where your opposites on the color wheel are, getting those colors to work together, and then like having a side color. And what I mean by that is uh, finding a triadic. And for instance, this would be like a triadic. Whenever we would have this color over here, your orange, your blue, and then your green. It's weird,
Triad.
but it's weird because like if you had this color over here, or if you included some of these colors too, it'd be fine. But really, you want your main parts of your color harmony happening with like those big parts. Let me show you some illustrations really quick. This guy, Jeff Easley, he was really big Dungeons and Dragons kind of artist from the 80s. But if you kind of look at his stuff, like the great thing about it is like his color palette's really limited and it's only a few different things. Like really this is just like red, green, and yellow. So he's doing a kind of a version of this color wheel here.
So three colors would is like a good
Mm-hmm.
balance to
So
work
here's
with.
his red, his green. They're opposites on the color wheel, and then he's including like a little bit of that. That's its like cousin sort of.
Okay, so opposites do work okay with each other.
Opposites work the best with each other. So, there's a reason why it's crazy because like once you start seeing it, you'll start noticing it more, but like I think Unit 01 is like one of those
Get it?
things where it's like purple and green. It's like, why does that work? But it like, they just go together. I can't explain scientifically why, but
It just
so
looks cool.
here it
Yeah.
has violet, kind of a violet blue, a green, and then it also has thrown in an orange into it. Uh, But if we kind of go back to our color wheel here, so we've got our violet. That was kind of in this range. And then we kind of had that violet blue. And then
Yeah.
we had like that really hard green. And then it had like this really kind of weird orange here. Isn't it kind of funny how like equal distant this stuff is from each other? Like it's no accident that they do it like that. It's appealing. Like look at Sonic the Hedgehog and Pokemon. Like all of their colors like exist within this range.
What was this color circle called again, or or what was
If
it?
you go on the like sandwich stack there, if you
Yeah.
click on that, there's a color wheel.
Okay.
You can also download plugins that kind of are a little bit. They actually like give you like they show you colors that to use. Let me find this. Like it's you don't even have to
Download
worry about it, really.
once. I see.
Hmm. Well, I guess the swatches kind of help you a little bit, but
So like harsh contrasts in color do work in like certain cases. Is
Like in which case do you mean? Like, is there an example you can think of?
Okay, so I've always wondered about like the JoJo's like weird coloring or like weird shading and like really specific scenes where like all the colors get like
Okay,
rain.
like which season? Would
One or what's up?
like I guess I'm just thinking like because each season is like a little different. Like the Diamond is Unbreakable season color palette is like it's kind of hard to critique or
Dude,
just
it's yeah, it's crazy, right? But like
it's
it
like
works.
so crazy and bad, but it's also fine too, you know? It's weird. I think it's like super ugly, but
Dang, okay,
it
dude.
also is okay. It's just weird.
So, I just want like a professional's critique on
Well,
just like
of
how the
that
colors.
season's color palette, it's like kind of awful. I think they could have done a better. I'll show you why. Maybe like even on the color wheel, because a
Okay.
lot of their colors. Here we'll redo. Okay. Uh, I'm so confused with this like layer
You're
screenshot of a
you're proving
screenshot.
your
Like,
thing. Like,
yeah,
oh wait, that's the screenshot.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, dude,
There we go.
I can't pull my menu apart. It gives me too much anxiety, dude. What the heck?
All this stuff. You can always
Yeah,
go
like,
to. You can always put it back.
wait, really?
Yeah, like I can, get rid of everything on here. Like, but then you can just go up to Window, Workspace, and then I have. I wrote the way I like it because, like, otherwise I won't remember that's the way. You know what I mean? Oh
Oh, is
man, I
there?
kind of like that color wheel over there though.
Where,
Oof.
where did everything go? That big old
Yeah, you
cheese.
know what? I kind of like the other way. Okay. Man, this was the old way. See how kind of nice and together everything is?
Yeah.
I'll remember this one.
That's
Okay. Here,
funny.
I'm looking up a Diamonds Unbreakable screenshot.
Like with the Rohan screenshot's a particular one. Or yeah, the that one right there. Josuke's doing his hair. I don't know.
Oh, this one? Oh, that doesn't count because it's promo.
Oh shoot.
You know what I mean?
No.
I have not seen that.
Is that's not inaccurate though. That's crazy. You can almost say crazy. That's crazy. You watch JoJo's.
I haven't. I was planning on. I can't get through this season. I've got like
You
two or
just
three
need to
episodes left. Okay, here.
yeah.
Got two or three episodes left that just like I don't know. I miss the old.
It's a more like sharper uh art style, right? Everything was super pointy.
I miss the old color palettes. I miss the old writing and. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm. I've always wanted to kind of break it down
Yeah.
because I wonder why I don't like it. Because there's the yellow and the violet. So that's about
Yellow.
there. And then that violet's probably around there. Okay.
That
And
works
then it
out.
has the green that's like right there. Okay, it's probably gonna do one of these. Wait, now there's a kind of a thing over here. And then the skin tone is sort of, yeah, you know what? I think this is why it's kind of crazy because it like doesn't have enough rhyme or reason to it. Because
Oh,
whenever
so
it does something like this, it brings it off balance. And you know how we've been balancing all these things just with black and white? It's kind of
yeah.
similar with color harmony too. Whenever you've got like one part of the color palette overriding another, it kind of can affect it.
So it's
That's
just
why
like
this feels weird to like some people, I think. But whenever you look at, Sonic or Pokemon, like there will never be anything weird about the color palette because it's like mastered. So with yours, like what you're working with right now,
yeah.
you're kind of doing, you're kind of in this like straight up kind of green. Maybe it's more.
Get that stinky green color.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's like putrid.
Looks like
It's
throw
probably
up
around
almost.
there. Okay. But then if you were doing this, then you'd probably want something over here, which you actually kind of have, your sky.
Should I make it
That's in
more?
the violet family, and you're kind of like in the blue violets over here. So you're kind of getting close, especially with, yeah, with this more kind of putridy green. It's almost direct complements with what you have, which is really good. But if you're doing that, then you need to start pushing it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So get another tone of that in there. Look how nice that looks together. Okay, and then let's get another tone. Okay. Now this is like more bluish and less. Oh, I thought that black part was part of the composition. You might need like something like that still in this, like a. It's not even a bad idea to have like. Sometimes you can just have a composition that has like a big thing like right up front.
Is it like hiding in the bushes looking through or something like that?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I was just looking at, like, it's funny because this is making me think of it. Like, I was just looking at Prince of Persia, like, pixel art, and they did something really cool with, like, this pillar where it was kind of, like, highlighted.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
with
it like
these. See
oh shoot.
that? So, like, that works really well for, like, whenever I squint at it, it's a hard dark shape, but whenever I look at it, it's kind of glowing and it has a nice light to it. There may be a way to, like, do something like that over here. Or let's say we take one of these colors.
Like that harsh red something or like a
Yeah. Maybe we'll start it out a little conservatively. Get that
I'm
kind of,
writing all this down so I won't forget.
yeah. Well, like, it's funny that color is like probably. I used to stress out about it so much, but it's like the less you care about it, the easier it gets.
That's crazy, dude. Like, well, since you know what you're talking about, I don't know.
Well, uh,
I don't know.
you know exactly what we've been doing with the notons, like
Yeah,
filling in dark color and light color. Like, as long as you figure that part out, then everything else is a lot easier. Because you could, like, this is just proof over here, like Jojo, like, the color palette looks weird, but it still looks fine because they're the right value that they should be. So you could literally make any of these things any color and it will still look good. Like, let me. Okay. So, like, this, first of all, like, we turn it black and white, and it looks, beautiful like that because we can read, the hard edges and soft edges. We understand the forms, has a full range of value, you know, shows 3 dimensions. So, if we have like another layer on here, maybe it's on top of that. Multiply. I wonder. Yeah, why isn't that? Maybe it needs to be a color.
Oh, what's wrong?
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. So we could literally like put any color on here. Let's think of like the worst
Green.
shit. Like the worst color combinations.
uh,
Uh,
it's like pink, purple, blue, yellow, or something.
yeah. Okay, now let's crop this. And then, like, whenever we look at it, it's just like, okay, you know, uh, what's this? The color doesn't matter, right? Like,
Uncanny Valley looking.
well, yeah, it's just like what I'm trying to say is it's just like the whatever color it is, as long as it's
Yeah.
the right value, that's the only thing that matters because that's what you're kind of getting across. But if you can get your color harmony going, then yeah, that's of course going to be good. But
How do you, or yeah, what, or sorry,
what's that? Sorry.
or how do you like make backgrounds look like they're in the back?
Good question.
Because I,
Let's.
or sorry,
No, I'm just thinking. What were you saying?
I just remember you were talking about like a week or two ago with one older student. Their background's like too HD or something like that.
Mm,
Or
yeah, like I'm thinking about like all these old like kind of cartoons, like even Disney stuff. Like their backgrounds are really like kind of abstract. Like not a lot of it's like figured out. It's just kind of hard, distinct shapes, and if you're making it, in the distance, it also has to be kind of close in value to each other. So, all this time we're always trying to get 2 different values kind of opposing each other. So we get dark and light. We still get that back here, but the farther back it goes, it's less contrasty. So between there and there, see what I mean?
it's like
That's one trick. Check out, like, maybe the contrast between the road and this is kind of like closer as it gets further back, but it's a little bit more contrasty here.
oh, so okay, so it's like
Yeah. It's
blurry.
whenever, yeah, exactly. It makes it more blurry. Whenever you look at it, it feels like there's sort of like a haze in front of it, which really, if you're trying to make backgrounds feel like backgrounds, they have to like have that water molecule kind of like mist about it. That's why those
Yeah, like
mountains are blue.
the blue stuff.
Yeah.
True.
It's all the blue and purple stuff in the background. Like these should arguably be like they
Bluish.
look too red. Like these colors here look fine, but these look a little bit too, they stand out a little too much.
Dang, like how do you know how far away you should start like loosening or loosen stuff up? Or like what?
Let's see. Let's say, okay, so I guess whenever we're thinking about just the picture, I usually just like try to think of like a foreground, middle ground, background.
Yeah.
And, foreground is obviously what should be kind of like the tightest, like most detailed stuff. Oh, wait. I need to delete this. Okay. So this is like all the specific stuff. So if we had like a leaf here, and then again, this is like super contrasty. Okay. Maybe there's some other kind of junk on here, blah, blah, blah. You get some more of these things in. And I don't know if you've been like looking at like cartoons and stuff now, but like
Those
whenever
Chinese.
whenever you look at like all this stuff, you see like these corner, like they always have junk in the corners, and like that's just like a trick that never like gets old. It always makes it look better.
That's like the brain trying to like process that and then like pretending to know. Is if you do you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah,
a trick for your brain or something like that.
exactly. It's like kind of holding your hand and bringing you into it. Okay, so that is foreground, and then let's just say that whenever we're thinking about space, we should always think about like the lightest, most desaturated tones are in the very back, and then the darker and more saturated they get, the closer they are. And then,
Lights. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the more you go right on this thing, the more saturated it gets, so that pure color. There we go. See how we're kind of making a space?
It's like hills and stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is like almost like something already. It's kind of nice.
It's like a painting in like a Adam's family something.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I'm thinking, yeah, here's Rice Star. Like this has a really great color palette. It's got all these violets and greens and blue. I mean, it's really the entire rainbow. But look at these colors over here.
Yeah.
You see that a lot in illustration. That's what we're using right now, basically. So I should probably grab some reds and oranges for this. So let's make the sky. Yeah, so we're over here. We're going to do sort of like split complementary. So that means we're in this spot here. We're going to be going across the wheel to about here. And then we're going to link it all together by getting a green on that side. Then we're going to be making a triangle. And that's like our balance.
So it's called the triac
A triadic, yeah.
or triad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So three different colors and then with their shades attached or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 3 different colors that are equal distant on the color wheel.
Okay.
Sometimes they're not equal distant though, like what we're doing here. It's a split triadic. It's I have stuff like this somewhere uploaded. I wish I could find it. Okay, anyway, I'm going to use this pink. So I want to see what it looks like. Hey, you know what? That's kind of nice because we're carving out some mountains. See that? Okay. All right. Now I need to split the difference here because that's like a really. I need to get another color. Seeing how this will interact with stuff. Because I don't think these contrast enough with each other whenever it's next to each other. I like that contrast.
That's like clouds almost.
Yeah, we can make it into that. Let's get a lighter version of this. So then we can kind of pop out a light side. Yeah, I kind of like that.
I can see how people say like painting is fun, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think once you just if you get your value thing figured out, then it makes everything that much easier.
Oh shoot! Now you got like shading for the mountain thing, or like a
Oh
sunny.
yeah, let's do that. Let's take some of this and then we're going to just make it we're not going to do like a hard contrast like that cuz it's so far in the back. But we want to make it just kind of subtle, like maybe like that.
That's like slightly darker.
Mhm. And then I'll zoom in just a little bit. So I want to see what it looks like. That might even be too much of a contrast. Let's take that again. We'll try that. Yeah, see how that's a little bit more believable? Okay. I usually like to kind of put some of this in and then grab the other color and then kind of paint out of it. So then
Yeah,
you can get some of those unique kind of shapes, which is always good. Yeah, because I kind of like some of that.
I feel like the more you constrict the viewpoint, the more it adds to the picture.
Oh, like here, like showing less.
Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like,
Mm-hmm. It does because it's kind of a little claustrophobic. I wonder
it's like
about
you're
like kind of
looking.
adding more stuff to this or taking things away. What if there's like little vine things? So that, even kind of does something weird for the comp too. Okay, so we've
It
got
gives.
those two colors. Let's grab that green that we're planning on. I want to do more. We'll try kind of a yellow green, then we'll also see what like a. I want to see what a more bluish green looks like with the palette. Like, which of these looks better, do you think?
I don't know. I feel like it's too bright.
Oh, these two? Yeah, so
Yeah,
like maybe tone it down. Let me see.
it's like the harsh black, and then like the really soft colors are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you're right. Look at that. That's already kind of working better. Okay. And you know what? That green's getting closer to that. Uh, Here's what will maybe make a little bit of sense. Do you see how this here, it kind of blends into it and how it's like really contrasty here? Uh, this is in that violet family. Let me get rid of a bunch of these. I think I do want to keep those, though. Let's make a gradient.
Yeah, how do you make this in like 30 seconds, dude? That's crazy. Bruh.
Are the well,
Oh, just your wallpaper. It's like I'm struggling for like hours, and then you just slap one together instantly, bruh.
well, I think it helps seeing it done because like I've watched a lot of people paint stuff too, you know?
That's reasonable.
It's the more you kind of absorb it, the easier it becomes. So I want to do a gradient.
Oh shoot! Wait, hold up. That's the
Yeah. So I'm going to do a gradient that is violet to green. I don't know what that is.
it's like a filter
I
almost.
wish that wasn't there. There we go. I wish this wasn't here either.
What's the problem?
I don't know what that is. Okay. Oops. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is good here.
Bro, there's so much stuff, man. Dang.
Oof. I hate this thing. Here, yeah, I'm gonna just make a new one.
Do it
Oh,
manually.
wait, they might have compliments on here anyway. No, they don't. Oh, wait, yeah, they do. Okay. So I'm just gonna pare this one down. So this, we're gonna get more kind of that traditional purple. And then this is gonna be more of that yellowy kind of thing. Because that's its complement. But here's the part that's kind of important.
Whoa. That's
Let
a
me...
lot.
My eyes.
Is the opacity just too strong?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you've got any like vision problems.
I would like to think I don't.
Okay, so the basic deal is I'm gonna paint on top of this. The basic deal is like we have opposite ends of the color wheel,
Yeah.
and the closer that these get to each other, the more it makes this weird in between color right here.
It's like that slushy stuff.
Mm-hmm. But this is kind of like the good stuff right here. This is, the color that they call like mud. But, like, this is the thing. Like, 99% of the stuff that you look at, even right next to you, is this color. Like, if you look down right now at your desk, it's probably in some kind of weird yellow light, and it probably has this in it. So if that has this in it, then that means that there's, the opposite parts of the color wheel that are around us, but they just don't get that much attention or they're not that saturated.
It's like the pale yellow and purple color.
Mm-hmm. Like, so that's there a lot. Let's look at another gradient really quick. So if we do like a blue and orange, these are opposites. We'll kind of get like a traditional orange orange. Okay. This one I can see a little bit better because usually guys don't have as good of like red, green, yellow, violet kind of thing going on.
Oh crap! What the heck just happened?
There we go. So with this is like a doing a radial thing, I guess.
It's like the sun.
Yeah. Oops. Mm. Okay, now I'm gonna hide that. Okay, so same thing here. Where see that little slice of gray?
It's like right that like middle point
Hey, look at
something.
this too. Okay, this is like kind of where things get weird. I'm gonna grab this gray in the middle,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna draw a line across here, and
Wait,
it's the same color, but do you see what happens?
wait. Oh wait, that's just
That's the same exact color.
that's like that optical illusion with the shapes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I stopped caring about color though, because it's just like once you realize that color does shit like this, then it's just like why do
It's
I even
it's
care anymore about
it's
like being
like
so technical about. See, this is why whenever I'm like looking at
what the heck?
whenever I see whenever you have
Yeah,
something like this, I'm like, oh man, he's like stressing over every color in here, but he's not thinking about like the entire kind of picture yet.
yeah.
But anyway,
That's
like this is kind of a very crucial thing to keep in mind. See,
that's
we can
actually
if we take
crazy.
this blue and you bring it over here, you see how
Yeah,
it becomes like more vibrant looking. It looks more washed out over there.
yeah.
Same thing with this. Okay, so what we were looking at with like this thing that we were drawing on, I forget where it's at even. I was on here. Yeah, okay. So this is like the whole thing that we were drawing. I was just looking at like this part where it's like, oh, okay, here's like that violet. It's moving up in here, and it's kind of that's part of that violet tree. So we have a gradient happening, but whenever we also had that pale green, it was like the in between of that violet as well. Here we had it a little bit closer. Yeah, I think it was more like this. See how it's like blending into that, or it's getting closer.
It starts to like melt in there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's see.
Colors, so, like I see color every single day, and it's still tough to get.
Yeah, like I think the thing too is like once you start recognizing these patterns, then you're gonna start like, you know, you memorize it, then you see like things out in the wild with those different colors. Like, I don't know, after I took my first drawing class, like they teach you how to like look at stuff different and like do measurements, and that'll it's kind of messed me up forever too. Where it's like all you see, you know.
Well, that could be good or bad
Yeah.
sometimes.
See how we're kind of making these like a little bit lighter and desaturated? Those would probably work better. Like, I think this is what you're asking before. You're like, okay, where should these things kind of exist together? Uh,
Oh,
is that
uh,
what you're kind of getting at? Like, how do I know when to put such and
yeah,
such where?
like when is is
Yeah.
good. Like, yeah.
Okay, so as we're figuring out these color relationships, whenever I was looking at this, it was like, oh, okay, like this is kind of doing a thing here, but it seems like really contrasty, and it feels like this is more desaturated than this is more saturated. Like maybe these would look better back here against this, you know, kind of maybe it looks better against that, and then I need to have a more saturated, darker version up here. Does that make sense?
Like,
Okay, I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna make this a little bit more saturated and darker, maybe a little bit more.
is that like that light mist as stuff goes further back? It's just like just paler and stuff.
Yeah, it's that, and I'm trying to match like value levels to each other. So this is what I'm trying to get at right here. Because between here and here, this violet is so saturated compared to this. Like, this is very desaturated. That's why they belong more together back here. So it's just kind of recognizing, like, where things should be, like, value and color wise. So let's stick these here. Now we've got those in check a little bit better. Let's get a little bit more desaturated and darker, or saturated and darker.
Looks like an earthbound level.
Yeah, it kind of does. I need to put that frame up front. Where's
Oh
that
shoot.
other dark part?
The lines or
Yeah,
the vines.
they're here. Oh, this is kind of looking good. Like, I like... See, this is what I mean with that green kind of working there.
Yeah.
It has to be the right value. So, let's take this. Whoops. So let's take this color back here and we'll try to put it up front. See how it just like doesn't work? It's like, wait, why is that's so it doesn't work? It's so light
So
and
yeah.
desaturated. So the colors have to be, working together like that. I'm going to make a lighter and more saturated version of this, and I'll do like a little... Maybe we'll do that thing that we saw in the Prince of Persia.
Oh, the pillar
Yeah,
uh shadow stuff.
exactly.
I've heard a lot of people say just find your light sources and that's how you get the shading, but like light bounces all over the place, dude.
I know.
That's like, bruh. That's
I know.
just like I don't know.
That's why I try not to worry about it so much. Like, since it is so crazy, then, like, you don't have to, like, worry. This, that's a little wild there. Should probably. I kind of like. We need to get more of this violet back in. Okay. But I do like that overlap. I'm getting rid of all... I can't believe how desaturated those trees are back there. It's crazy. Oh, that looks really good up against there. So that really saturated color looks, great against things that are desaturated but in that same kind of color family. I'll make it
Oh,
cactus.
this is still right in front of us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was okay. I was like the super big color or the saturated color right in the back. I was like, wait a second, that's that's opposite of what you said.
Yeah.
My missing
Oh,
something.
yeah. What I mean, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
you can use that for. What if we use that for some sort of artistic license, storytelling wise? Like, for instance, here, let's save this.
Dude, it's pretty good, right? Or what you drew is pretty good. I was like, bruh.
Mm-hmm. But, like I said, it's easier whenever you don't care about it so much.
That's so tough to like accept. Okay, listen, like I know you're saying it, but that's
Hmm.
tough for me to accept that.
What were we gonna say we're doing with this?
A harsh background or like a
Oh
super
yeah,
saturated.
yeah. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, we'll darken it. We'll do a curves.
What's this function do?
Curves just like makes everything. You can adjust your midtones, your lights, and your darks.
Oh wait, this kind of like the stuff we did like way in
Mm-hmm.
the beginning.
Yep.
Huh.
Wow, that, you know what? Like, this is kind of nice because then you can see it a little bit differently. Like, this is
Like a
darker, but it's a little more saturated and it's kind of crazy. Okay, I was just going to do something like this where it's a little bit more desaturated and slightly darker. Okay, almost there. Just 1 second. Okay, this might be good. See, it's kind of looking like maybe dusk or something.
oh shoot.
Now let's take. We're gonna make a new layer, and then we'll get like one of these like little fires going.
Like a campfire in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, it's a lighter in the middle, right? See, that's the thing. You have to like kind of like remind yourself, like, what? It,
How does real life not everything looks ugly
mm.
color wise, right? Like how does that work out? Or is that
Oh, like looking at how ugly color looks in real life.
yeah, because like all the colors in real life don't seem to like mess with each other unless you like go out of your way to
Yeah.
like
Well, that's why it's nice having artists because they can kind of, reinterpret it and make it look better. You know what I
make
mean?
it extra HD.
Yeah.
I see.
Wait,
Hey, yeah.
do you remember what was that? Like Assassin's Creed, like that. Are you talking about the remake that they made where it looks horrible?
You mean the ship one or the
Yeah, it was the ship one, and it's like all they did was they put like a curves filter over everything and just like popped the contrast, and it looked so bad.
yeah, extra fun. Pay me more money for the same
Yeah.
game.
Okay, let's look at. See how that is like kind of doing something fun.
almost like a light source for the painting.
Exactly. Like, and we don't even really have to, maybe we can make some darker color of this around the outside and then make it feel even more kind of like light sourcey. So, oh yeah, okay. I think this is going somewhere.
It's all coming together, right?
Yeah. Yes.
How do you do that with the opacity so high still? Or is that just layering
At
stuff?
100%?
Yeah.
Uh, why? This seems like it's off. Like that color's off. Why does that seem so dark? See, this is why the color stuff like breaks my brain sometimes because just making it slightly darker, like even looking at a different part of your monitor, I had to move this down. Like, how is it that? No, that's not right.
Is it really that light
I
or
think it's on top of this curves layer. That's why. Okay.
oh shoot.
I was like, why is that? Okay, I'm gonna do this on top of the curves.
Huh.
There we go. I just need to
Okay.
drag.
Layers are pretty important,
Oh
huh?
man, I like. See what happens whenever you put this gray on top? It makes this so light, it kind of like ruins all of that.
It's like light mode.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's crazy.
Yeah, that almost looks like a light source way in the background. Everything's like all cloudy and like or nighttime. It's
Mm-hmm.
like nighttime.
Man, I'm gonna grab this color. Ooh, no.
Oh, it's gone. Wait, how did that? Didn't you?
Whoops.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait. Uh,
What's going
why
on?
is it only filling in that? Okay. I just want gray around here.
I guess we can't get things that we
Can
want.
I can I get a gray? There. Finally, my eyes can see.
It's funny.
Okay. Now let's get that border back in.
I didn't realize how much a border can like add to the entire picture too.
Yeah, like even it wouldn't be bad if you just even wanted to isolate it and even give it an artificial border like that.
Yeah.
Some people like the white borders. Okay. Now we're trying to push these tones. I think I didn't like how I was going over those, but you know what? Let's repaint them. Okay, so that's there. We'll make a darker version of this. I'm not sure if this is really helping though. See what I mean? Like, I don't know if it feels like it's lighter over there.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's actually darker.
Yeah, I think if anything, we're gonna have to make all these other colors darker to even make it like more of a contrast. So that can make it even more impactful. Yeah, let's make it even darker. And now whenever I look at this color, like as every time I'm putting down like a paint stroke, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, is this need to be lighter or darker, more saturated or more desaturated, or uh, maybe it just needs to be a different color. because I'm comparing it with everything that's around it. And right now, this feels like way too saturated, but maybe it's about the right darkness. So I'm moving this to the left to make it more of that gray. So then that fire is able to kind of do its thing against the background instead of being surrounded by that maroon that's killing it. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Because if we take like this color here and then put it behind the fire,
yeah.
actually that's kind of helping in a way. Because I was
Looks
worried that it was going to drown out like all this color here.
yeah.
But since we were wanting to make it glow, maybe let's push it a little bit. We'll see what it looks like.
Looks like an eye now.
Oh yeah,
Eye.
you're right. Like maybe this isn't working. But you know, that's the other thing too. Like I'm not too, or my ego's not too fragile where I can be like, you know, because if I put something down, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I want to see if it looks good. And to me, like I thought this might end up looking good, but it's not doing it yet. But I think this color here might work if we imagine this as sort of like a cave.
Oh, and it like opens up
Yeah.
like
So
change my brain. Like
exactly. So let's put some of these things in here. Probably going to need a little bit darker version of this color to kind of lead up to it.
now instead of like a few miles, it's like a couple of like yards in front of us
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Yeah, so we're closing that gap. This looks like, you know, like Breath of the Wild kind of
Oh,
thing.
like small little like stuff you can like go
Yeah.
find
Hey,
pillage.
this is what we should do here, though. Like, see, like we can use this light source to our advantage. This is a really good gray. Let's like make a very bright version of it right here, and then we'll get a like pin light edge.
It's almost like a hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I like this light edge or not. I think it's probably a little bit too much everywhere. So again, that's whenever you're making these decisions, you're like, is this really working or is it not? And you have to just be honest with yourself. And once you do that enough, you start to trust your gut a little bit more. It gets a little bit easier.
I want to get to that point one day. I just recently started messing around with colors, like literally when I started this class. Like
Mm-hmm.
color is too scary for me to. I don't know.
Well, if
But
I could, you know, go back in time, I would, you know, shake my shoulders and tell myself not to worry about color. Because, again, like, if we just get those basic parts figured out and they're the right value, that's the only thing that matters.
you can like detail it later.
Yeah. Like, remember this thing that we did with her? Like, we can still see the picture just fine. The colors may be questionable whether or not they're good,
Questionable.
but if you took this, if this were a real painting and someone painted it, we just haphazardly colored it. Since the values and everything are still there, it still makes this object. You know, your grandma would look at that and be like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." You know, that's a
That'd be
good
pretty like
painting.
good though. Like if they painted that like this, they got like all the little stuff or like all the
It
details.
could be good. I I mean, I kind of like the way it looks. But again, it
Like,
just, that's why it doesn't matter so much. Okay, so this is looking kind of nice back here. Like, in order to get some of these good shapes, we have to, like, cut back into it. So we've got that. Kind of trying to change up some of these shapes. We'll get a slightly lighter version of this. That'll be kind of... And then I'll cut back into it with that.
oh shoot! Now it looks like a like a yeah, big old hole in the ground now.
Mm-hmm. It kind of looks like an eyeball. I think that's what you were saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Make
we
it
could like
extra.
turn it into like a little eyeball. Or maybe it's part bone. Hey, maybe this is desert skeleton with and you didn't have to use like really any yellow.
Huh.
I am really kind of into this. I like that. Like I'm really into like these colors working together.
Dang.
I don't know about that kind of reaching down this way though, because that blue looks good with it over here. That's kind of a good balance.
Yeah, it's like right off the edge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that texture back there. It's kind of nice.
Almost looks like deserty.
Mm-hmm.
You had that cactus still there.
Yeah, we'll finish. Yeah, let's get that in here. But then we're also getting that kind of boring side of it too, you know? You gotta get that crappy color to make the other color look good. That's that gray green. But since that gray green is there, it makes the green green kind of pop out more, a little bit more special.
It's a team effort. So mean to the color.
Exactly.
He's just doing his best, dude.
I don't know if I like that thing interrupting that part of the
The
cave
fire
though. So this is kind of,
is killing
see,
your
don't get
plants.
too precious with it. Just get rid of it. But I think it does need cacti in here somewhere. That's not,
Oh,
that might be the right tone. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. Okay, we didn't even think about shadows. That could be kind of a nice thing.
extra pain is what I'm hearing.
But,
Oh
well,
crap! There's your
yeah,
light source
let's get a
there.
little bit. Yeah. And even
Okay,
then, it's like, what's it?
yeah.
Like, this is where people kind of get freaked out about shadows, but it's just like, who will ever look at this and get a
Get a
ruler out and try to
ruler,
determine exactly? It's like,
calculate that
you
stuff
need better
out.
things to do than to, like, get after that. I think as long as it doesn't look weird, that's the golden rule.
So it's like as long as it's not like crazy out of
Yeah,
place, like
as long as it doesn't look weird. Because whenever I look around, like I'm looking around the room and I see things lit unbelievably. It's like I see a lamp right next to me, but whenever I look over, it's like, well, that's lit up in a way that I wouldn't expect. That's the thing with the color, though. Again, it's like you look at it, it's like, oh, it's doing something weird that I don't expect. I can't trust it anymore, and I need to, you know, if I can't trust on it being reliable, then at least that's something I can count on, you know?
almost looks like a marijuana leaf.
Oh, this here. It could. Whoa, what if it was like more like a fern?
Or make it
Oh,
like
like the
trend.
elephant ear plant. See, I
Oh
like
shoot!
that. I like that texture already. It's kind of doing something.
It adds more character to the leaf.
Mm-hmm. But you just don't want to
Battle.
get too overboard. Man. Okay, I do like that color there. Okay, now this back here, I keep looking at it. It needs to have this. I'm going to use this tool. Can't.
Wait, does my Photoshop have that as well?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing that. Or does it just look different?
The lasso. I use a polygonal lasso tool.
Oh shoot. Oh, it's like under okay, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that should. I think it should be. I'm trying to figure out how these things should be lit. Like maybe this gets lit here.
It's like the pointy or super pointy or something.
Mm-hmm. I just kind of like using that because it can help control some of your light source.
Literally lassoing it in.
Mm-hmm. Wrangling it in. Oh, I might need to look at some references like with this because here's the thing too.
It's like it's in a crystal now.
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't like that as much. It was kind of more special before, and I think it just needs to be a little bit lighter on the edges, maybe, or a little bit lighter in the core. We'll try two different versions. Okay, does it look better like this or like this?
I almost like the weird shape. Oh, that this one looks good too, the one you got now.
Mm-hmm.
But like the weird shape looking ones was pretty cool too. Or like
Oh yeah, the crystal looking one.
yeah.
Yeah, because I can kind of see how the crystal one could work because the cave could be kind of more geometric-y.
Yeah. It's almost like the fire's moving on a still picture
Oh
or
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Let's see. I might like this version more. But again, there's no sense in reinventing the wheel when probably 1,000 people have done the same composition like over and over for centuries. Okay, this is kind of interesting because then that implies that the cave is like has different parts to it.
Oh shoot, now the fire's getting crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, these colors over here are working really well. See like all the subtlety with this is where you kind of get some color nerds together where they're like looking at relationships between stuff like that.
It almost like makes like the bumpy like hill parts or the cliff part or it's like a cliff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. I see that light in the dark, and I see like different facets to part of this landscape.
Woke. Oh,
I
golly.
I'm really kind of into what this painting is doing.
Yeah, like
I
it's like
should it. I think it might need like a darker value of this, like right behind it, or maybe that's it right there. I'm
or
scared of
for
like messing this up with like. See what I mean? Because if I get this in there, it's making things get rebalanced strangely. That feels wrong.
you can always save it and do it on another copy.
That's true. Practice what I preach. Oh yeah, then like maybe part of the bone sticking out of the ground.
Oh, it's like the
Okay,
top of the eye.
now here's another thing. Whenever you're like, okay, well, when do you kind of pop things out more? When do you know what belongs where? Since
Yeah.
this back here is like at that value range, this here I could pop that thing to be lighter and more saturated, like this edge, and it will look like it's closer to us. So if I bring it this way, And then I hit that edge like this. I might
I
even
can't.
like take that old part
Yeah.
right there. Okay. And while that is there, I might take a lighter version of this. And it's funny because like that's something that I was naturally kind of wanting to do because it's like, oh, okay, well this looks really saturated against that, so maybe that means I need to stick another kind of saturated thing in there of that
Oh,
other color so that it looks like they belong in the same little spot together.
I can't believe like three colors make it look so 3D now. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now check this out.
Yeah.
Between here and here is a large gap of color. Uh, but it's in the same kind of color family. This is just that kind of crappy midtone. And that's where most of your best colors are. Most of the time, we've just been like in this area here, and that's all those crappy midtones. Let's get like a gray that's a little, maybe around the same value right here. And then if we put this in between those two, see how it kind of links it together?
Oh shoot, what the heck?
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy. It almost like it's like putting a Lego piece into the thing almost. Like,
Mm-hmm. And if we want to make it even better, let's take this and then we'll find a more around the same value still, maybe just a little bit darker and then a little bit more desaturated, like right there. And then if we put that right there, see how that, like, it's, can you even see it?
I can see a little bit of it. It's getting
Okay,
a
let me
little.
zoom in.
I could see the pixels now.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah,
what we were doing, we initially started out with this and this being right next to each other.
yeah.
But what we did was we split the difference. We like took this, made a value in between these two things, or
Oh, so
made
you're
a,
like gently
yeah,
transition.
it's a little gradient.
Wait, what was the other thing you weren't looking for in class? You're like, you don't do mixture or something like mixture, something blending.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's
I think I
that?
was just telling people to avoid like taking, let's say, your blur tool and then kind of doing this.
Oh.
Which, you know what? Okay, let's save this. We'll save it as, and let's take this because then we might just actually maybe save ourselves some time.
Oh boy.
Okay, so there's that purple. So if we take the blend tool, we could just like blend in between those and get sort of the similar thing that we did,
Oh shoot.
but
It's
it's
like
just a little bit different. You know what I mean?
it's not as like it's like the mass production tool
Yeah, that's a good
for
way of
like
describing it.
for that
And you
Chinese.
know what? It could be fine. Like maybe I wouldn't notice or something, but I kind of feel like you would notice because of like how smooth it is. But if you're doing like if you want to make something really realistic, you can't do it like this, you know?
Yeah.
I just want people to think of like the big picture as they're working on these.
Oh, instead of like the small like little stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like don't worry about the minutia and
just like get it out, right? Like just get your thing.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
see like the difference between like what we were doing here where we made this slightly lighter to make that pop out against that? Whenever I'm looking at it, here's the thing. I can see the difference between the two, but I'm looking at it and I'm judging it and I'm like, does that really enough? Like, could it be a little bit more? Uh, I want to try just popping it out a little bit more. So
You
a little
mean
bit more like that.
on the other side or like
No, just over here for now because I think it will be fine to balance. Ugh. Oh, okay. So maybe I don't put it in every spot.
is that a little too bright?
It might be. I'm going to zoom out and take a look.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Zoom. Now, I think you made a good point where you're talking about it maybe being too bright. So, one of the things I can do to make it less bright is make it less, pixels.
Is that
Uh,
is that the smoothing it or is that the paling it out or
yeah, so I'll just kind of bring those pixels over more. So then it's just more of a light edge. See what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah, that makes it even more like or the
Yeah,
fire
I kind
like
of like
contrast.
that. Okay, so let's take a little bit of this other light edge and we'll only put it in a few kind of spots over here. But we
Just
know
like
that this is lighter than that. But
yeah.
we may need to push it even further, because we're starting to work with other things. Okay, so this is Desert Skeleton.
Bless you.
I kind of like that how there might be more kind of stuff interrupting over here.
Interrupting like in how or what way?
Like, do you see this thing that's coming down from that border? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud because I might be thinking about pushing this more.
I almost missed the vines from earlier.
What's that?
Or like the
Oh
vine stuff
yeah.
on top.
I thought you were talking about like vines. I miss the Mariah Carey, uh, the Mariah Carey. Was it the lawnmower flying in the sky?
Is that well, you can only wait like 3 more weeks and then you'll have your wish. Mariah Carey, or I don't know, dude. Is that my I don't know.
She was like,
Never
she kind of does those super high notes.
I just remember her from the Christmas
Oh
songs,
yeah,
dude.
you're right. That's true. Man, I'm not sure. I kind of like whatever that is. I don't know. Okay, so this is kind of a nice part because these two are similar, kind of similar family. Ooh.
Does the vines like almost help guide your eyes?
It
Is there
it
something like
does.
that?
That's kind of the whole purpose of them. But
Oh shoot, really?
yeah, I mean that's mostly why people do anything like that. It's to just guide your eye. I'm looking at this back here. I think it needs like a little subtle shift. So then we can get that going on. So it's a little bit lighter there. Or maybe it looks better like that. Nah, that looks worse.
Could it look better darker or
That's
no?
that's
It's
what I was just wondering, actually.
oh,
Like, because I'm looking at that, it looks pretty good, but what's it look like if we push the contrast more? That kind of helps the cave pop out a little bit. I wonder. Is it better before or after? I kind of like it better before, actually. But maybe. Maybe I need to give this one more of a chance and reshape it.
a little more love.
Yeah. Ooh. Uh.
Is it just like having that one sharp line of like dark? Would that be better too?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Okay, so this is gonna be a good test. Like, okay, here it is in the beginning. Or wait, maybe I'm. Did I forever mess that up? No,
What
I think
happened?
it's okay. That's the way it was. There or there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a tough time with like determining this. This is kind of where I would save a couple different versions. And then I'm going to go down to this version and then save this. Also, like flipping it. Oh, whenever we flip it, feels like there's some major issues.
It feels.
It needs more weight, like over. Oof, this is bad.
Why does it look so strange though now when it's
Just
flipped?
because we're not used to looking at it like this. This is really, there's some major issues here because our noton is gone. Like, you see what I mean? Like, whenever we squint at it, just a bunch of. Okay, we'll fix this up just by getting some of this darker color in here.
I can almost see like a face now if you get two of these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like see his eyebrows and stuff.
I'm starting to see it too. Okay, this is starting to fix it up. That's good. See how we're kind of directing the eye just value wise?
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. And
Would
that's what
this
we were
make
kind of
the
messing
other
up on.
side look better as well?
What's that?
Would this make the other side look better as well?
If we flip it, yeah, probably. Let's take a look. It feels better to me, I think. Like, my eyes wrapping around it better.
Am I missing something? I feel like nothing changed from the first time.
Here, let's. Hey, this
Wait.
is a good moment where we'll save this as the sixth one.
Oh,
I
nice
I kind of like what she did with that.
spider monkey.
It looks like a weird crown.
Oh, what the heck?
This is one that we were working on earlier. I want to open all these up together to kind of look at them. Mm. Okay. Open all these.
I almost see the progression now.
Yeah, and then we're going to arrange these. Was there 6 of them? If you type, or if you press Control 0, well, it should make it so it'll fill the screen, but never mind. Because if I do that, it like doesn't do it.
Kind of like the tests for
Mm-hmm.
eye or like the psychologist test. It's like, yeah, what's this picture mean?
Yeah, you're right. Like, you get a little bit of, well, I am seeing some differences here. Like, I definitely like what we did with that thing.
Yeah, like the super bright rock.
Mm-hmm. So, this definitely, whenever I look at this now, it makes me kind of feel not very good. Like, I like the way that it looks, but I kind of like the mood that we've got going on over with these, you know?
It's like October spooky stuff, dude.
Mm-hmm. It
Like,
just feels a little bit more engaging. I think this needs like some lighter clouds or something in the background though.
clouds.
Or like maybe not clouds, but like things that allude to cloud shapes.
Like the third one on the or the top right one. That one kind of has
Yeah,
that.
that one. Like I I'm making these kind of too reddish though, I think. Like it might need a gray to help balance things out. Oof. There we go. Now that's a big contrast. I want to try to split the difference. Find that middle between the two.
Like, I feel
Mm,
like you can start cutting hairs at if you get like in depth enough, like with colors. Like,
exactly. Like that's what we were looking at whenever we zoomed into that little part
yeah,
that had so many different things going on. That's whenever we're picking colors, like we started with these and now we're just like I'm color picking it, then I'm making a darker or lighter version, or I'm making a more saturated or more desaturated version. There's really no other change. My a lot of these just kind of look the same to me, so I think that's why I might need to start like maybe we need to F2. And then this is actually where like if you have any friends that aren't like artists or anything, if you just show them like a bunch of thumbnails like this, they'll be able to kind of tell you the best one for the
what
most
if you
part.
flip a couple of them, or have you flipped them already?
I've flipped all of them. Now, whenever
Oh,
I look at it, this one seems to stand out because I like those shapes. I feel like it's balancing things pretty well. I don't really see any of the ones where it rounds it out. Okay, that one rounds it. This one might actually be the best one.
so for the fourth one, the
Yeah,
color on oh no.
it can be helpful zooming out too.
Now it's like a black sun rising in the distance, something spooky.
Yeah, like it might not even need to be a little fire. Maybe we just turn it into like a sunrise.
Like Satan shit is going on, dude. Uh-oh.
I wonder. Because I
Dang,
think
it's like
this is definitely working better here.
yeah, it's like a valley. If you like
Mm-hmm.
look at it, weird or like
It's like wrangling it in. I still feel like there maybe the vines do make a comeback. Yeah, I don't know. I still like that thing. I don't even know what it is, but
L. It's like
Zach.
it's like a signature, right?
I think I like that lower right one. Then if we were polishing this up, I would just like, finish up these guys, maybe make them a little special looking. Uh, let's call this. Oh, that's the last one we did too. That's good. But that's why we make the other ones just in case. Okay, I want to get rid of all these. Oh man, did I accidentally forget to save that one? Okay, so this is the one that we're kind of going with. Obviously, just kind of spruce it up a little bit. This will have to be more desaturated because we can't have this and this be the same. There we go. Probably more desaturated. There we go.
It's like
Less bad.
reverse.
It's really good that you've got that new current kind of thing right next to each other. Oof, that looks awful. That needs to be
Um,
like way less saturated. Like it needs to be almost gray. Probably. Oh, that's way too light too.
I feel like it's too close for that, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't know.
I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute. I think I'm closer with this. See what I mean? I'm just gonna I'm gonna go in with this other color. I'm gonna cut it up a little bit. Now that looks better.
Press the delete button.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh shoot.
There we go.
No, it's not as thick.
Now we probably want to cradle this in slightly.
Now it's a lot farther away now.
Mm-hmm. I want to make the slightly darker. Not it needs to be a little bit more than that though. I'm worried this is too much. No, it's not too bad. So that's just a little shadow side, but I think we need it. Okay. All right. Starting to get somewhere. This entire time I'm like squinting as hard as I can while I'm looking at it, just because I'm still trying to get that note on, or I'm still trying to see those values.
Like the pattern stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or like
The part that matters, yeah.
or just like the stuff on your paper.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to do this. It matters so much to get these unique shapes like that. I can't really stress it enough. Because you can make shapes that are made out of your paintbrush tool, but they just look so Photoshop paintbrush toolish that
Is
makes
that
it not special.
oh,
Here, let's take a slightly darker version of that green, and then we'll kind of work that into here too. Because there is a big disparity between that black that happens and then our darkest green here. Now these are all kind of going together. Now our cactus has like, a ton more detail too. I'll go back in with this and kind of adjust these. Okay. Things are happening. Now I might look at a reference of a cactus. I
give it a
don't know
flower.
what they look like. Do they have flowers or something up here?
Yes. They have
Okay,
the
so
like
let's borrow
flower.
from some of these reds.
Oh shoot. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And like yellow from the fire or something.
Yeah, we might be able to steal that. Let's do it. Oof, that's a little too... See how that's like a little too crazy there? But let's take that same orange and make it kind of darker and crappier looking. And it's starting to fit a little better.
Mm.
Mm. I'm having a hard time like finding that might be okay. I think it needs to be darker though. This is getting closer. And then these are like the outside edges getting hit by light.
Cactus look like? I don't know what a cactus looks like either.
Yeah. Well, this is where references really help. Mm. Yeah, I should probably look at something. I was thinking about like the little thorny things, if they were kind of tannish, or if they were like that color.
Like the little spikes and stuff.
Yeah, like what if, well, they start out with like those things, I think. And then if you zoom in, they might be black. The black might be too...
Are they're like clearish almost, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they... maybe they do kind of look natural like that. Okay, so I've got this crappy kind of thing there, but I might be able to do like a dark and light side to each one of those little things.
Get that
What if I
stamp.
go in there and make that a little bit more unique spike shape? Okay. I think we need to fix this up a little bit.
I'll do that 20 times.
Well, this is the beauty of Photoshop. So what if, you
How
take
do you aim
this.
that? Oh shoot! You just like slap that right on. Oh crap! Okay.
Yeah, so like what if...
Sharpen them
the
edges.
world is your oyster. once you get some of these in here, yeah, you only
Boom.
have to do it like once, and then you can kind of clone stamp it, and then you can go in here with your brush and clean them
Or
up. And then you can kind of make it more unique by, yeah, crisping up those little edges. Get in there. You could like change the. I think my clone brush. I'm so used to trying to blend things together. If I make the hardness on that more, then yeah, that's way less cleanup. Check this out.
What are we working with?
It's now I don't have to worry about like trying to do those other things because whenever I click it, it already has like those hard
Oh,
edges to it.
yeah. I think you don't even need the arm part for the cactus.
Oh yeah, this part. Yeah, you're probably right.
Dude, I like the cactus so much, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of getting to be somewhere that's a little bit more visually interesting. But it gets that way because we have added a few different values and then we also have adjusted those shapes, which is kind of a big part of it.
How many focal points is too many? Like,
Should probably only have like one. And that's sort of the problem because we might be getting so crazy with this cactus right now.
we're putting the HD
Yeah.
cactus on, but it's like right next
See
to
that
us, though.
that extra value that we got on there? It's already kind of nice. I
Yeah.
want to do like one more just to kind of see what it looks like. Mm,
Is that a yes or no?
I don't know. It might be too much.
I can hardly see it, to be honest.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's where it might be getting like too subtle or something.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
Like bright. Oh, make it like brightish.
yeah. I'm actually kind of into what's going on here. It looks like a blob or something. It's
Gelatinous.
almost, it might be getting too much attention.
It looks so shiny. Or
Mm-hmm.
have you played Pikmin 3 before?
No, but I've seen it.
It just reminds me of like the final boss of that game. It's like some like squishy boy. I don't know. I don't remember.
Like a big blob.
Yes. Pikmin.
I never really understood that game. Seemed
Don't you want to lead an army to do your bidding?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you have to like pay taxes. You gotta find treasure stuff.
It's like real
So
life.
basically, real
Oh wait,
life.
it's like I don't know, paying off Nook.
Dude.
Here's or Tom Nook. Here's like a more saturated version of that that's matched up with this. See how
Oh
they kind
crap!
of go together now?
An extra layer of cactus right there.
Mm-hmm. And we're only putting that kind of light version on like this side over here. It's kind
And
of
it's like,
crazy how much this is. It's starting to really come together.
and like the fire. It's almost like the fire is brightening it up too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that means this needs to be a little bit darker back here. Maybe a little bit more. Or more saturated. Now this is matching that dark green a little better. But I don't know if it works yet. That looks like a bear.
Looks like uh,
a honey
Oh
bear.
shoot! Oh shoot! Okay, I was looking at like someone squatting down.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the,
Or there's some grubs too.
bruh? The cactus has a bear hat.
It does.
That's funny, dude.
What if?
He's a Fallout guy or whatever.
Do you know Johnny Five Aces?
I do not. What is that?
It was like a video game concept on. I don't know if it was on like 4chan or Newgrounds or something, but it never really got made. But Fallout did an homage to it because it was like a stupid steampunk time travel game. Might be.
Steampunk aesthetics lit though.
It might be.
Dang, I see. You're not a fan as a fan,
Well,
SMH.
I don't know. I'm not necessarily against it.
You don't like The Hobbit. You don't like steampunk. You don't like it.
No, steampunk is a. I think acceptable steampunk is like Hellboy, the one guy, or the robot assassin guy. I think that's acceptable steampunk.
uh,
You ever see the Key and Peele steampunk thing?
I didn't watch their skit for that one.
It's worth a look.
Did they make like this really cool psychological movie like Us or something?
Oh yeah, they did that or Get Out,
Or yeah,
or one of them did.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, I
moving
can't
genres.
unsee that bear hat, dude. That's so.
Well, we're trying to make it more bear-like.
Oh man, that should be your new
Okay.
profile. Cactus with a bear hat.
Now we need to get one more slightly darker value of that brown. Man, we can only do so much. That brush. It doesn't really operate at it too, I don't think. Okay, maybe it does.
Are you using a mouse right now?
Yeah. I have a drawing pad here, but it just seems like if I have too much control, it can be problematic.
Is that bad or?
Well, then if you have too much control, then you're like messing around with something too much. But if you're just using a mouse or something, it's kind of quick. And
You're not wrong about the quick part.
mm-hmm.
I can't do this. Oh my goodness. I
So yeah, we're
like
making
how
that gray instead of like a white. That's thinking about values. This needs to be darker. All right.
this is
Actually,
almost pixel art now.
yeah, it's gonna be that way. There we go.
Please send me this. Dude, this looks lit.
I will. Focal point wise, let's. I'm like that was something good that you brought up because like, uh, hopefully our focal point's right here, but we may be having some issues with our
Maybe.
noton that we can try to fix up. So whenever I
Black.
squint at this, it feels like that fire needs to be brighter, or it
Yeah.
needs to have some lighter things around it in order for it to work. See what I mean? So it might need
Is it,
more of that purple, might need more of this kind of thing. But again, that's a good thing to kind of go back and forth. All right. Is there anything else that you can kind of think of? Or is this, hopefully it's helpful, just kind of
Just watching you paint and explain everything is so nice, to be honest.
good? I I think, yeah, I recorded this too. I didn't
Oh
even
shoot,
plan on it,
really?
so I can upload it to YouTube. It's like 2 hours long.
Oh, it already? Crap!
Yeah.
It's that
I didn't realize that either.
was fast.
But yeah, I'll upload this so then it'll be there.
Like the bear hat, like I can't, like everything looks spooky, and then there's the it's like
Yeah,
it's like
might
a
need to get
secret
rid of
Easter
it.
egg. Or something. You
Because
can't, dude.
it might be distracting though, you know?
I don't know.
Or
It just
you can
to
turn
the
it into
picture.
part of the story where you can start like painting in, like, I don't know. Maybe there's like a its head on a pike or something.
Teddy bear cult down right there. That's like entrance or something.
Yeah. Maybe like a sign. I think you're right about the pixel art thing because that's kind of like if we can get our values and colors spread out enough, then it can really start to work.
Is Pixar like actually one pixel at a time?
Uh, I guess technically, yeah, but I don't
Or
think I see people fill like they might fill it in. You know, they get their outline, then they'll use their paint bucket. I guess if they're drawing something specific, yeah. I like what's happening to those textures there too.
yeah.
All right, I will upload this latest one into I think that last turn-in folder that we had, and then I'll upload this on YouTube and